Hey, I'm Michelle, an athletic training major and psychology minor here at Seton University. With these choices of study, I thought my English days were over, but I was sadly mistaken. Before going into my freshman college English class, I thought it would be difficult to transition from my high school understanding of English to a new college understanding. In high school, I would just write a paper. There were no first drafts or summarizing of ideas. You just wrote the paper one night and handed it in the next day. This method worked best for me. I mean, it got me those A's. When college rolled around, I was very nervous about how my writing would come across because I never actually put enough time and effort into it. In high school, writing was just writing. It had no significance or importance. When I had my first college English class, we were given our first assignment. We had to write about our summer reading and connect it with our own thoughts. When I received my graded paper back, I was confused by my grade. A C+? No, that's impossible. I've never received anything below an A- on a paper. This has to be a mistake. But my thought of an A paper was wrong, and I didn't understand why. It was the writing I had done throughout high school. I mean, like I said, those were A papers. How was I supposed to change 4 years of understanding? My professor wanted to make our transition from high school to college as easy as possible. So she explained to us that we would first need to read the selected assignment and then do little assignments that helped us connect our reading to our essay topics. The next class day, the teacher introduced us to double entry journals. For double entry journals, we would need to make 2 columns. One would be for a quote from the story or research, and the other would be for an analysis of the quote and how we thought it connected to our writing assignment. After a few papers, I saw that the double entry journals really helped me get my ideas out and connect it coherently with my papers. I could take almost all of my ideas straight from the double entry journals and form the paragraphs of my essay. The impact of this method was visible when I wrote my second to last paper of the year. The paper topic was to be based on Othello, and I was to prove that Iago was a psychopath. I knew this assignment would require me to use both quotes from the story and quotes from research, so I used the double entry journals as aids to help me better connect my ideas. As I read Othello at my desk and started to write my double entry journals, I felt an unknown sense of understanding to it, but I didn't know exactly what it was. As the hours went by, I became restless and frustrated, so I decided to take a break and get something to eat. I opened the door leading out of my dorm room and decided to get a snack at the vending machines. As I walked down the hall, I tried to convince myself to give up, but my thoughts were distracted as I finally reached the machines. As I contemplated between eating Cheetos or Reese's Cups, I had an epiphany. I quickly bought both snacks and ran to my room. As I opened my book and looked over my double entry journals, I realized if I had originally paid close enough attention to my reading in the first place, I would have seen Shakespeare's brilliance. While connecting the quotes from the play with the psychology research, I saw that Shakespeare was forming in Iago a version of what we would call today a psychopath. It amazed me to understand that I was studying something that Shakespeare just wrote as entertainment. By doing the double entry journals, I learned that taking the time to really read and work on a paper makes it go a really long way. In the end, I didn't mind getting that one bad grade, because with a little help, I learned a technique that was beneficial in all my classes. And here are the grades to prove it.
My missionaries in the forest.